Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.
Vlad won. Clear as day. Vlad won. We all know what happened. Boosie asked for 5 or 10 more thousand. Vlad usually pays him 25,000. Because he wasn't on Vlad for 7-8 months, Boosie wanted an extra 10 just because it's more to talk about. He haven't been there often. He saved Vlad money by him not having to pay him for those missing months, so he wanted $10,000 extra. So Boosie was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own shit. And his shit flopped. It didn't do as good. It did good for his first, whatever he made was a profit, because that was his first independent interview. So whatever he made was a profit. I'm not going to say it flopped. I'm sorry. But it wasn't 25 grand. It was not 25 grand. Vlad is doing interviews on his own platform about the situation. I think one of the joints did 800 to 1 million views. Y'all go check it for me. But it went crazy. I think it was, I don't know if it was 1090 Jake. He had academics ask him about him, Whack 100. Then he just interviewed 6ix9ine about the situation. That shit did 300,000 in a day. I know what them numbers, I know how them numbers feel. And then he's bringing Charleston White back. Charleston White, he's going to talk about Boosie some more. This Vlad and Boosie situation got so big to where Vlad can mention it to any guest over the next year, and it's going to make profit. That's why Vlad wins, because he can roll this shit for another year if he wanted to, and it's gonna make him a easy, I know y'all like hearing numbers, a easy $500,000.
Wow, guys, make sure you like, subscribe to the channel. That is Say Cheese, Sean Cotton, explaining why Vlad won. Guys, download the app. I'm about to get into this with my boy Dre. What's up from around the way? New York, New Jersey, stand up. We in the building on the East Coast this morning.
Man, what up, Pimp? What's good, man? You know, thank you for once again allowing me to be on Boss Talk on this Thank Your Wife Thursday.
Here we go.
And I just want to, you know, break it down with you.
I really want to say I absolutely agree with Sean Cotton in this phase, right? Now, I say in this phase because I want to tell you there's phases, and there's two. I agree with him in this point that he's making, but there is two different phases of what we're about to talk about. Vlad was winning before Boosie ever went and set on another platform for streaming. Vlad has been winning in our culture for many, many years. Vlad, it's easy for Vlad to win because Vlad was winning when he stepped on the podium. I don't think that it's a thing where you can gauge it now for Boosie, because it's a thing where me and Sean Cotton talked early on, and Sean Cotton was one of the first guys to look at me and say, hey man, you gonna make money doing this. And I was like, whatever. I didn't care about it then. And I'm not too fond of it right now, to be honest with you, because you can't get caught up in the money and the numbers so much that you forget who you are, right? So when I look at I look at integrity and morals and all the stuff that I do. So certain things I'm not going to do. But at any rate, he's absolutely correct. Vlad is definitely he's winning right now because of it. Right now, that's the thing that I would say, Dre, and I'll let you add.
Well, I will say this. Vlad has a 12-year head start on most of these people. Number two things are right at the same time. I agree with Sean Cotton on the sentiment of what he's saying. I disagree with him in the action after you offered the man $15K or 12, or how much? I think he said you offered $15K.
$15K. I was going to get to that, but go ahead.
I disagree with that because, so let me ask you a question, E. If Boosie takes the $15K, does Sean Cotton bring that up then? Does he have his car chronicle where he's literally saying all this stuff to Boosie? Or you would have just did the interview and then you would have asked Boosie about the fallout with Vlad? But when Boosie turns you down over the $15K, then you start telling him how the average worker wish they had $15 to $25K, right? So
right.
It is a cause and effect, right? It's a cause and effect. I'm not saying Sean Cotton is wrong, but I am saying that Sean Cotton is in a what we call, there's such thing as called proactive and reactive, and he was in a reactive mode on that. And that's all I'll say about it.
I think when you look at what Sean Cotton is talking about, he's talking about the fact of, and he did offer him the 15K. And, you know, that clearly shows me that Boosie is on something else. If Boosie turns down the 15K, that lets you know he's not hurting. So at the end of the day, I think we're underestimating the power of Boosie's brand when we try to equate everything he does to streaming. I think that's far-fetched. Boosie came up in a different time, and the people who he supports him, Boosie is not like he don't have brands and stuff floating around where he's making, you know, ends meet that don't even affect him when it comes down to doing an interview. And I think that's the part where we start to try to equate him to a podcaster. And I'm about to get into what he said. Listen to this.
Sean Cotton, actually, you're wrong, bro. I'm not going to take no losses now, Vlad, bro. You're wrong, bro. You're wrong, bro. That 25,000 5-6 times a year, bro, I make that in a weekend, bro. I made that 6 weekends in a row, bro. I don't need a podcast to be successful, bro. Like, I expect you to take his side because you're a podcaster. But I think the real reason is you reached out to me last week trying to get an interview. And I told you no, bro. Like, you got to take that on the chin, bro. Like, don't go on the thing billing about me and how you feel about me. I mean, if you wanted an interview, you could pay for an interview. Like, bro, like, I don't need a podcast to be successful, bro. That's what you need to know, bro. Like, you talking this about this and that, like, bro. I just made one weekend with in 5 years, bro. Like, I'm like that, bro. Like, this can't be stopped, bro. No weapon formed against me shall prosper, bro. But for you to keep doing like this, bro, like.
So, and I'm gonna stop it there. Here's what you got to understand, man. Boosie says he's a podcaster, so he agrees with Vlad, is what he's saying about Sean Cotton. Boosie don't need a podcast to maintain. But let me just be honest with you. Podcaster, blogger, streamer, whatever you want to call it, is the new name of the game. It used to be the old, you know, guerrilla marketing tactic that Boosie is using when it comes to the show money. I get it. You're still going to get your show money. But when it comes down to streaming, when you start to look at our white constituencies, when you start to look at a Elon Musk, or when you start to look at a Jeff Bezos, even when it comes to Amazon, or when it comes down to any of these top streamers, Mark Zuckerberg, the name of the game right now is streaming. The money is being manipulated through streaming. That is the game we're playing right now. It ain't like it used to be. It ain't nothing, nobody doing that can even equal up to that. And we see that when it started looking at our billionaires and trillionaires in these markets. So that podcaster thing is a streaming thing. That podcaster thing is a blogging, is a Country Wayne making $400,000 to $600,000 a month thing. So that part I can't agree with Boosie when he say he don't need a podcast. He might not need a podcast, but he gonna have to get on here and stream, and doing it through the resources he doing it through, going live in his car without it hitting. And I told a lot of rappers this, when you going live in that car and you're not putting it on a YouTube channel and you just doing it on Instagram, Instagram is taking that, manipulating your footage, running ads and all kind of stuff. That's modern day slavery. Everybody's doing it and they're not thinking about it. I got put up on game really through Greg Street when me and him was talking about it. But I already knew it. He just brought it to fruition that when you're on here, but I'd already been speaking on it, but I didn't think of it in a modern day slavery term. I just told guys, you don't need to do it this way. You need the funnel effect to where your information is going through monetized resources when you're putting this information out there. Boosie has a demand. And with him having a demand, you know people are going to research and look for him. Why not do it on your YouTube channel like Sean Cotton is doing? Sean Cotton is very versed in this. If you go look, he's hitting all cylinders. He's making money off this. Vlad's making money off of this. We all making money off of this. But his Patreon is not going to take off just like he would want it to. But if he gone and stop being traditional, and if he's got ties to his YouTube channel, and his ties to his YouTube channel pretty much equates to his independent ownership, and there's no label deal and nothing tied to it, then he can use his YouTube resources, funnel his lives through that, and stop using just Instagram to do it. Because I'm telling you now, all we're doing is taking this information and adding it. But when Sean Cotton comes out with his, he's strategically doing it, and he's going and he posting it on YouTube the same way all of us doing. And that's what Boosie needs to be doing. His channel should be popping this stuff off, and he need to dress it up as a brand so he can benefit from it both ways. And I'll give him that information, but that's the way he should be doing it. But a lot of people are not. Only one being strategic is people who know the game when it come down to it. Vlad is doing it that way. That's why he had Charleston White, 1090 Jake, Tekashi 6ix9ine, DJ Academics, all of them interviewing him on his platform so that he could continue to monetize it. And that's what he's doing. And as he does this, he's using the fact that he has a brand. But Boosie does too, but Boosie's just not utilizing it in that way. What do you think, Dre?
I think that I'm gonna go a little bit to the left of what you're saying, because I want the listener to understand the game of business and the game of leverage. Now, you said something that was very important. You said there's money in this, right? And you want me to prove your point? If there wasn't money in this, then Sean Cotton wouldn't have offered Boosie money, right?
That's right.
Why am I saying this? I keep telling y'all, money is the deodorant to all stink. And what happens is when the money disappears or the money changes, you're going to find out what a person feel about you. You're going to find out where the business really is. Is it a personal relationship or is it a business relationship? When I listen to Sean Cotton and I listen to Boosie, right? I listen to Sean, and this is of no disrespect to Sean Cotton. You know, if Sean Cotton, so Boosie right now is the algorithm, him and Vlad, because of what's going on. And so Sean Cotton in this position reminds me of if I was a simp and I saw the pretty woman at the bar, right? And I go and buy her a drink, or I go try to talk to her and buy her a drink, and then she takes the drink and then she don't give me no conversation. She didn't make me buy her a drink, right? I offered to buy her a drink. If she turned me down after I gave her the drink, yo, that was the choice I made, right? And this is why when I'm in the club and a beautiful woman say, can I have a drink? I say, yeah, go to the bathroom sink. Why? Because I'm letting her know from the gate, this is where I'm at with it. I'm not buying you a drink. Water running in the bathroom all night. Go get you a drink, baby. The point that I'm making is you can't be mad when you offer something, the man says no. Now, let's flip the coin to what you're saying, right? Boosie going to either sink or swim. Sean Cotton is a veteran. Vlad is a veteran. E from Boss Talk is a veteran. You guys, like you say, you take the information, you put your critique on it, you report the news, you keep it moving, you get your views, you get your check. But you also have different variants to how you do your broadcasting, whether it be interviews, whether it be OG Pyru. Sometimes myself, when I have to take off my belt and teach.
Boy, please. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But you guys have a different process of what you do. And so with all that being said, Boosie is a neophyte. He's literally flying a plane while he builds it. And you know what life is about. As men, as logical men, I'm not talking to the betas or the simps, but as men, we understand life is about one thing, the results. So we're going to see the results of what Boosie does. And that's just the bottom line. If the results show that he won, then everybody got to eat their words. If the results show that he lose, then we talk about it. It's just that simple.
In all fairness, Boosie just getting started on that Patreon, and And not only on the Patreon, I think Boosie should. I think Boosie's fans are already on YouTube daily, watching all this other stuff. I think it's I don't think it's a place where he should be over at just Patreon. I think he should be doing both. I think he should be doing YouTube heavy, and I think he should be controlling his content through that, because Patreon is a place where you can build, and he may have a side deal with them. I have no idea, but I am saying his people. Vlad has been pushing Boosie on YouTube for the last umpteen years. There's no reason why he shouldn't still be strongly holding to the fact that his people are there and finding a way to make them, he could marry it over to Patreon, but it gotta be a strong presence on YouTube in order for him to win up front somewhat. But like he's saying, it is a thing where he controls his content. If you take and put his content on YouTube and he had it on Patreon, he's looking at the funnel effect where he can get paid off of what you posting, and that's cool. But when you do that, a lot of times you start to try to get paid off of what somebody else is posting, and you went viral on somebody else's page. It don't work like that. A lot of times when you do that, people stop sharing your stuff, or they just share the audio, and that's another thing. So when this game ain't pretty, man. You can either go, and I've had people to call me, man, I can stop everybody from sharing your videos. I can get you blah, blah, blah. Man, let me tell you something. I'm not tripping on nobody sharing none of this stuff. At the end of the day, I know the game, and it's the long haul. And at the end of the day, if you lock it down and you don't want nobody sharing it, or you make it hard, difficult for them to share, you're going to get lost in the sauce until they change the game. And all I'm saying is, people like Boosie, Boosie got great potential to win this game, but I agree with Sean. Right now, it's not looking good for him because of who he's going up against. If it's a game of me against you, Vlad, like you said early on, is conditioned to go, and he's definitely the big dog, even over Sean Cotton, myself. He pretty much been doing this longer and been in the game. Only one been in the game longer than him would be Gutter TV, which that's what Gutter tells me. But I'm just saying, he is a guy who's got a platform, who's connected and well respected by YouTube, and they're going to share his stuff, and they're going to support him, and they're going to make sure that he gets what he's working for. Now, I can't say that for everybody else to look like me, but as far as Vlad go, he don't have no problems. And I don't care what you say, oh, well, you this blackity black. I'm telling you right now, if you mess around there and think that Vlad ain't gonna get his money, you got to be out your cotton picking mind. Vlad's gonna get his cheddar, and they gonna make sure of it. If YouTube have to come over there and bring him, and them my partners. I'm a YouTube guy, but I'm telling you now, they're definitely not gonna play when it come down to that Vlad brand because of what he's been doing with them all these years. Now, when it come down to Boosie, I think Boosie got a hell of a brand, man. His music, it's going to last forever. He's streaming, and ain't nothing you can do about it but sit back and watch. He's going to get money. I've been to the shows with Boosie. Boosie ain't hurting for no people. I'm telling you right now, people going to show up for Boosie, and they going to support him. And it ain't going to just be no small amount of people either. Hell, I'm one of them. Boosie is a Southerner, and I rock with him, and I'm telling you now, he's not hurting for no money on no weekends, hell, or no weekday. If he decided to do a feature, or if he decided to walk through, or if he decided to show up in your city, people gonna rock with Boosie, man. So he's got different avenues than just a podcaster. And I don't think that he has to worry about it on no podcast level at this point. And I think if he learned the streaming game, and he learned the streaming game not only with his music, but with his brand, he's going to be a hell of a force to deal with here in the near future, and his family will benefit from it. And I'm going to get off of my soapbox, but man, shout out to Boosie and shout out to Sean Cotton. I rock with both of them. I'm from the South. These boys residing down here with me. So I'm not even going to play with you about them. I want them to keep doing what they doing, posting. Yeah. Yeah. And let me say this, Dre, before I get off of here. The fact that Charleston White, Vlad, Sean Cotton all work together, and even the Fredo Bang thing that I talked about that Sean did, a lot of that stuff is tied to Boosie not going on these platforms. I think Boosie try to stir clear of situations, and I think he's gonna continue to be over there in that big ass house over there in Atlanta with all the 80 acres right there, building his mama house and building his kids' streets. I don't see nobody else doing that. Nobody that's building houses and stuff on their own land and putting street names of their kids. And basically you can go out there and he got all kind of stuff going on. You can go on Vlad and check it out. He got all kind of stuff going. He's continuing to build. So Boosie not hurting, man. He's a real estate guru out there. You follow me, Dre?
And Red Monkey, I'm a donkey.
Hey.
Listen, I said this earlier during this diatribe we had. Boosie is in the algorithm. They're all coming at him from different ways.
You did say that.
So he's the pretty girl in the room. Once again, y'all men, we have to be bold enough to tell or ignore the pretty girl in the room. Once again, if I'm in the club and I see the woman, the bad chick coming to me, I'm like, yo, Dre, can you give me something to drink? Yeah, go to the bathroom sink. Let them know that this is where we level set. And the one thing I respect about my man E, when they email E and they call E and they say, how much you gonna pay? He said, I'm gonna pay you no mind.
Yeah. I'm not worried about the pretty girl in the room. Not at all.
Exactly. So let this be a learning lesson. I'm sorry to the listener. I had to take off my belt off on E again.
What was that last part of that statement?
You know, I had to take my man belt off. But listen, to the listener before I leave, tell E to drop my interview when I schooled him and his wife.
Man, I gotta get that out, man. I keep forgetting about it. I got so much going on. I got you, Dre. I got you. I might do it today.
He's gonna drop it right under this video.
Why not? Why not? Let's get it out, Dre. You did fly down from New York. I had a great time with you, man. I mean, you've been doing this flying in and talking to each other thing for many, many years, decades now. And it's just, I definitely gonna get it out. We need to do it again. I can't wait to see you down in Atlanta. The plans is for me and you to meet up in ATL.
Philly. I'm working on Philly.
Philly, I'm definitely wanting to do that Philly trip for sure. Whatever you say, I'm pulling up. We setting up cameras. We working, man. So no,
and then I'm taking you to Europe so you can meet some of the wives, man.
Hey, man, we can do what? Boss Talk in Europe. But anybody want to see it?
We're going to go to London. We're going to do that. We're going to call it the International Lovers Lounge, right? And we just going to do the Lord's work.
This man crazy, man. Boy, you gonna get off here. But we will do wherever we need to go to make sure Boss Talk continue to stay on his grind, man. You guys, man, like, subscribe to the channel. Dre, I appreciate you, man. You one of them ones, bro. I can't even lie. And guys, if you're still watching, Mr. Chud got pretty much shot a man yesterday. You guys see this is crazy, man. I ain't never heard nothing like this in my life, man. Boss Talk 101 reviews.
Yeah, we on Boss Talk TV. Shout out to E. He the reason you see me.